Hey guys, it's week 2. I'm Coach Jamie.
And I'm Coach Mary.
Um, we want to congratulate you guys on completing the week 1 habits. So you got through week 1. Great job. Now we're going to be changing things up a little bit. So starting today, you'll notice that the habits are divided up into level 1 habits and level 2 habits. You're going to be getting a lesson that's going to explain this a little bit more. We talk about nutritional level. And so your nutritional level is just basically what you can do consistently. Our motto is that you don't need to complicate things before you are on autopilot of level 1 habits. Level 1 habits are what you've been doing actually in week 1. So if you identify with the level 1 habits, especially after reading your lesson and kind of assessing where you're at and what you're capable of doing, you're going to stick with that this week. And so level 1s, how would you describe a level 1? What type of person is that?
So most people that come into the Clean Kitchen Challenge are going to be level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And most people that do the Clean Kitchen Challenge are going to stay level 1 throughout the 12 weeks. And you can see lots of progress at level 1. There's nothing wrong with staying at level 1. Level 1 is all about adding in the good. So we always want to choose our habits over the other things that we used to choose. So we want to choose plants and lean proteins, a little bit more water, earlier sleep, and maybe taking a vitamin.
You're just in general trying to be a little bit better than you were the day before. You know, it's not a big jump from what you were doing just in pre-CK.
Right.
So it's just a little bit extra. It may be a bit of a challenge, a bit of a learning curve for some, especially for those that aren't used to choosing plants. I'd say probably the plants are one of the hardest habits to hit because not everybody has, you know, a plant preference.
But the good thing about level 1 is plants, you can choose fruit or vegetables. And you can even have more fruit than vegetables and still be hitting your level 1 habits really solidly.
Yeah, because the goal is to get in that mindset of every time I eat, I'm putting a plant or a whole food on my plate. You know, so that's the goal, is that repetitive pattern and thoughts. So then whenever you do like change your goals and you want to level up those habits, it's not such a big jump. And we talk a little bit about bridging the gap between like, you know, choices like food choices. Like for example, drinking more water. Some people don't like the taste of water. You know, use certain things to help you kind of bridge the gap of like flavoring your water. So the ultimate goal is to drink plain water. And then once you get in the habit of that, that's when things can start leveling up. But we never want to make anything more complicated before we're ready. And so this week that we start talking about level 2 habits. Now, some of you probably entered the challenge and you're probably well versed in nutrition and maybe you're a regular exerciser and you have a little bit more of a specific goal. Level 2 is probably what you're going to be aiming for. But again, only if you are consistent at level 1 type of patterns, thinking, and actually doing. Okay? Level 2 is somebody that, you know, has a specific body composition goal. They've been training for a while. They're really good at the level 1s. Again, we're going to start off simple for it, but then as the weeks progress, those level 1s and level 2 habits are going to change a little bit. So level 2 is 3 plants this week. Protein in every meal. So a lean protein source. You're going to a little bit more specific on where your protein sources are coming from and a little bit more specific on where your plant sources are coming from. Your sleep habit changes a little bit. So where last week we were doing 15 minutes earlier than your pre-CK, it's 30 minutes earlier. And we also introduced this tech curfew. You probably knew that was coming from last week.
On technology last week.
Yeah, and so hopefully you got through those lessons and you realize how important a tech curfew is, where we don't allow those blue lights coming in our eyeballs and help us get some more better quality sleep. So you've got a tech curfew of 15 to 30 minutes before your bedtime. And then I think your water habit is half your body weight in ounces of water. But again, remember, level 1s, if you want to stick with level 1 habit, totally fine. Or if you feel the need, you can bounce up to level 2. But you can check off your habits, your daily habits. You can float between.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of days that I'm level 1, but there's also a lot of days I'm level 2, and it's okay to float between the two. But still, if you want to move to level 2 and float between the two, I would still be really good at level 1 before I tried to float between the two.
We always say you will never go below level 1.
Yeah.
After you've completed the Clean Kitchen Challenge, you're never going to go back to level 0.
Yeah.
Not saying that everybody started at level 0, but I'm just saying you can't unknow what you know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna create these patterns and these thought patterns on the daily, and that you're never going to look at your meal the same. It's going to be like you're always going to be thinking, oh, I need to add a plant to that.
Yeah, I need a lean protein.
And that's all level 1. So you'll never go below level 1, but you can float between the two of level 1 and level 2. So that's going to wrap it up for this week. We will see you again next week for week 3.
Y'all have a good week.